Congratulations, Walsh University. It's your 60th anniversary. What an accomplishment. And what a great day to install your 7th president, a great friend of mine, Colonel T.C. Collins, or as you know him, Dr. Tim Collins. T.C. and I go way back. We served together in our U.S. Air Force. T.C. was an incredible commander and did just a bang-up job taking care of my operations group, our fighter squadrons, the aviators, and the maintainers. This is a man who's made his way, serving his country, and now he serves you. And I know that his time with you as a team is going to be a great one. As I met you all at your summer retreat, I was so excited when I was explaining the whole Swords Up business, because this is exactly what TC is. He brings this to you from the Wolfpack, the 8th Fighter Wing, where he led our operations group. And they all had these kinds of sayings, so it doesn't surprise me that he would latch on to one that means so much to your university. So let me just say one more time, congratulations to you all. Your university's making a mark, and it's wonderful. You've brought aboard a great leader. I think he's going to lead extremely well in this academic environment, and I'm proud to have served with him in the military environment. Swords up. Go.
Hello, everyone. I am Ralph Simmel, and it is an honor to be included in this special event and to share some thoughts with the Walsh University board, administrators, faculty, staff, and students. First, my congratulations to Walsh University on the 60th anniversary of its founding on November 17th. Walsh has clearly been built to last. While I wish I could be with you in person, I am delighted nonetheless to help celebrate the installation of my longtime colleague, good friend, and personal flight instructor, Dr. Timothy Collins, or TC as we fondly call him, as Walsh University president. I head the Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory. It is an 8,000-person research and development organization focused on national security, space, health, and related areas. APL was founded to complete the development of the proximity fuse, which was one of less than a handful of technology innovations that fundamentally changed the course of World War II. We also created satellite navigation with the transit system, which was the precursor to GPS. And we designed, built, and operated spacecraft that, among other things, have flown past Pluto and are exploring our sun. You may also have heard about the groundbreaking work we are doing in brain-controlled computer interfaces, modular prosthetics, and more. This is the organization from which TC joined you. I have had the good fortune of knowing TC for more than 15 years in a variety of roles. When we first met, TC was leading game-changing technical work and drawing on his Air Force Academy education, military experience, and his graduate degree in aeronautics. But as I got to know him, TC's passion quickly became clear. So, when he started his doctorate in education, I was not surprised. I was, however, surprised when he shared with me his thoughts on the high attrition rate in the program and his concerns about who would make it through. My response to him was simple and direct. I know one person who will make it through. Little did I know how seriously he took this charge until he shared the memory of it with a group of us at APL years later. Of course, I was just making an observation, knowing that once TC started something, it would be finished, and it would be done exceptionally well. Walsh University is fortunate, indeed blessed, to have a leader with TC's experience, talents, and vision, especially at such a crucial time. And while I could not be more pleased for Walsh's gain, I confess to feeling somewhat conflicted. Of course, I'm very glad that TC found a position and an institution so fitting for his consummate abilities, character, and faith. On the other hand, I wish he were still at APL, where he made an impact that would be felt for years to come. TC arrived at the lab in 2005 after a mostly exemplary Air Force career. TC is probably a bit uncomfortable right now, And at this point, you might be wondering what was missed in the presidential search that resulted in TC's selection. Well, you can get to the bottom of this pretty quickly by simply asking him about his notable failure at making coffee in the Pentagon. Thankfully, that failure was not career-ending. Indeed, after only a few short weeks at the lab, it became evident why TC rose to the rank of full colonel so incredibly fast. At the lab, TC soon became what we call a missionary executive, leading a critical APL element supporting the U.S. military. He was a leader in a hurry and on a mission in every sense, because he understood the magnitude of the challenges our nation was facing, and he was going to ensure that APL was positioned to make the kinds of critical contributions that were so desperately needed and for which the lab is renowned. Now, in that light, and in case you have not discovered it yet, TC's attention to detail is legendary, and it propelled him to further success. TC understood that if an institution got the small things right, it would pave the way for the achievement of much bigger things. Soon after I became director of the lab, TC became one of my indispensable advisors, helping to run an institution with close to a $2 billion per year budget. He would take any task or portfolio and move it farther and faster, no matter what level of effort and detail was required. At my request, TC became APL's first executive to be government relations officer, and he transformed the function to be more active and more impactful than had been thought possible. He cultivated important relationships for us at the national level, especially with the executive branch and Congress. TC also made community and local outreach a particular area of focus. In fact, he did this so well that he was ultimately elected as the chairman of the board for the Howard County Economic Development Authority. Today, the lab's partnership with Howard County in Maryland has proved critical in responding to the pandemic, and this can be traced to the far-sighted work started by TC years ago. He recognized then and now the importance of being a good neighbor and contributor to the community. And that includes volunteer teaching of STEM subjects in local schools and helping members of the local workforce upgrade their skills to meet the demands of the times. TC also became a go-to person for dealing with some of the lab's most sensitive issues and relationships. As APL board secretary, in particular, he helped me work through many complicated situations. I now look back fondly on the late hours we spent together poring over board materials. No matter how close we were to being done, he always managed to find something that I had missed. Nothing was overlooked. And from time to time, he would even drop and do push-ups in the middle of a meeting to lighten the mood, to rib me as a West Point graduate and former Army officer, or to emphasize an important point. TC's leadership and desire to better the world went far beyond his duties at the lab. He also chaired 2 graduate programs for Johns Hopkins University and dramatically transformed and modernized the curricula of both. And to ensure that his legacy would live on, he deftly recruited his replacement for that position, a senior executive at the lab who may one day forgive TC for setting him up to do this. We recently prepared a certificate marking TC's retirement. One of the things it says is, Tim's can-do, energetic, and positive demeanor was infectious and an inspiration to those who worked with him, while his attention to detail, strategic perspective, and commitment to integrity were the basis for his successful leadership. Those qualities will also serve him well as president of Walsh University. I will add that foundational to TC's success is his strong and unwavering faith, not through sanctimony or sermonizing, but through his fundamental decency. Works on behalf of church, community, and the common good, in the example he sets for all of us every day. When I think about APL and this close-knit Catholic college, I note that we share something very special. We are both mission and service-driven organizations. For APL, that entails solving complex research, engineering, and analytical problems in service to our nation. At Walsh, it is to mentor, educate, and inspire people to become innovative leaders prepared to serve the world. And that means not just preparing students for a job or career, perhaps even at APL, but for a purposeful and happy life as well. I cannot think of a better leader to enable Walsh University to fulfill its mission. So, my congratulations and thanks to President Collins, to TC, for your service to our nation, to the Applied Physics Laboratory, and now to Walsh University. You rock! And congratulations to all of you for your good fortune in having a scholar and patriot like Dr. Timothy Collins as president. Go Cav Nation!